Join us for a Southern California adventure as Steve and his buddy Damon Hill head to the Pacific Coast Transverse Ranges this week on Backpacker Get Out More TV. Hello everybody, welcome back to Backpacker Get Out More TV. I am your host Randy Propster, and this week we take you into the very warm weather of Southern California, a chance to get out on trail with Steve and his buddy Damon Hill. This week Damon joined Steve on trail because we're sorry to have to inform everyone that Jordan's grandmother, Betty Meeks, passed away. So our condolences to the Meeks family. We send you all of our love and healing energy. Jordan is away with time with family this week, so Steve and his buddy Damon had a chance to get out and explore the Pacific Coast Transverse Range. Now, before we get out there and join them on trail, please hit that like button, hit subscribe, share this video with a friend, post a comment below and tell us what you'd like to see on an upcoming episode of the show. Also, find the link in the description that will allow you to sign up for this week's gear giveaway. Some great prizes each and every week. Lots of folks have been winning some great stuff. This could be your week to win some great prizes from Visit NC Smokies, from Darn Tough, from Jetboil, Lakey, Mystery Ranch, Oboe's Footwear, Sawyer Products, Sea to Summit, and Yellowstone Select Kentucky Bourbon. Now, before we get all the way out there to Southern California, we want to start at Lake Junaluska in the hometown of Steve and Jordan, Haywood County, North Carolina. The Smokies is a beautiful place, and this lake environment is unique. You've got lots of amazing opportunities for some lodging, tons of fun to be had on and off the lake, and we want Ken Howell from Lake Junaluska to tell you more about it as we invite you to visit the Smokies, Western North Carolina.
Hi, I'm Ken Howell, and I have the privilege of serving as the Executive Director of Lake Junaluska. We are located right on the edge of Lake Junaluska today, one of the most scenic locations in all of Western North Carolina, right in the middle of Haywood County. We're the perfect place to start your adventure each day by coming out on one of our hotel balconies and enjoying your breakfast looking out over the lake, spending the day canoe and kayaking or even hiking up in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. We're the perfect place for families, for individuals, anyone that's looking for renewal, come here to Lake Junaluska in Haywood County.
We want to get you out to Southern California, where Steve and his buddy Damon had a chance to play in the Transverse Ranges. Now, if you're in Southern California, a must-visit outdoor retailer, one of those gateways to adventure that we love to introduce you to, is Nomad Ventures. They've got 4 locations through Southern California. Any one of them that you stop into is going to get you fully outfitted for all of your outdoor adventures. Steve had a chance to stop in and spend some time. Rachel Dargis brings us up to speed on all the cool stuff about the shop, as well as a skill every backpacker should know, trail etiquette. And then Adam Pavin, another great associate there at the store, is going to bring us up to speed on all the great outdoor adventure opportunities that Southern California has to offer. So let's get out and join Steve at Nomad Ventures now.
Nomad Ventures has been around since 1980, so about 40 years ago, our owner Bruce Damon, he started these stores, and his first location was in Idlewild, and then he expanded to Joshua Tree, Temecula, and now Escondido. Our store, it's a little niche, so we do carry specialty things like overlanding tents, Alucab, Go Fast campers, things like that. We also carry Hobie kayaks as well, which has been really popular and in high demand right now. It's a really fun way to get people outside and kind of have a variety of all sorts of different activities, and I think everyone can find something special here for them.
San Bernardino Mountain Range is a great place for mountain biking, hiking, climbing, and even some kayaking as well. Definitely an arid area with a lot of trees as well, so you definitely want to be mindful of bringing some water with you. My favorite time at San Bernardino Mountain Range was at Holcomb Valley. Some great climbing out there, some great trad lines and sport climbing as well. Just a great place to camp and hang out with friends, and then hang out by the lake after a good day of climbing. San Bernardino Mountain Range has a great variety of wildlife. Some great ones to see out there are the bears, some deer, and some rattlesnakes as well. Definitely want to be mindful of the wildlife and make sure to bring like a bear canister and just be generally aware of where you're stepping. When you're hiking through rattlesnake terrain, you definitely want to be mindful of the rocks that you're stepping near and around. Rattlesnakes tend to kind of hide underneath cool, dark areas around like logs and rocks and stuff, so you make sure to step around that. One of the best parts about that area is that you can be up in the mountains one day and down at the beach the next, or even in the same day. It's a pretty close drive, and you kind of get the best of both worlds.
If you're ever in Southern California, please feel free to stop on by. We'd love to get you outfitted for your next adventure, and you can find us on social media at Nomad Ventures on Instagram. So as everyone's getting outside more due to all the circumstances that are going on, 2020 has been a hard year for everybody, and that's bringing a lot of new people outside, which we all love to see, but we want to make sure that you're falling in love with the outdoors the right way, so that's kind of setting a good example for not only yourself but other people. So that's following things like the L&T principles, making sure that you're planning ahead and being prepared for any outdoor activity you're going on or excursion. So that includes making sure you've looked up the area and you have all the information with that. Fires are also happening right now, and it's extremely sad to see so many beautiful places being burned down. So making sure that you're following fire etiquette as well and not setting up a fire in undesignated areas, and kind of checking in too to see if fires are legal right now in the specific spot you're going to is also super important, and making sure that you're cleaning up after yourself. So leaving it better than you found it, and kind of picking up trash along the way, not leaving any trace, so making sure that you pack it in, pack it out. If you're in a spot where bears are in the local area, making sure that you are planning ahead and being prepared for that as well. If you need to carry a bear canister, you need to make sure that all of your scented items are going in there, and if you don't have that, using the bear storage units as well to put anything with a scent, whether that's food or toiletries and that, to make sure that you're keeping the area safe and keeping the bears away from the local spots.
Steve and his buddy Damon had to pull all the tricks to try to avoid the heat that comes this time of year in Southern California. Now, speaking of the heat in Southern California, the fires are still heavily impacting many lives. So we want to make sure to remind you to please help us help them not only return the trails and the camps to a usable state, but also to help those that have lost homes and even lives in these horrible fires. So find the links in the description below. One popping up now, American Red Cross, one of the great organizations that we can help support and help those that are impacted by these fires. Now, the warmth of Southern California is certainly something you battle on a backpacking trip. So Steve and his buddy Damon, they did all the right things. They got a late start. They cowboy camp out in the open, and we're going to learn all about that experience out there in the Transverse Ranges as we join Steve and Damon on trail.
Hey everybody, this episode is going to be a little different. That is not Jordan.
I'm not Jordan.
It's my friend Damon. Jordan had to go home for a family emergency. I called Damon up super last minute, reminded him of that time that I did his, what was that?
Proposal.
His proposal pictures with the flu on it. How cold was it that day?
5 degrees.
5 degrees. So Damon owed me a favor, and he knows these water, kind of sweet water hole out here with a hot spring and a cold pool.
Yep.
And I was like, hey man, can we go there please? So here goes.
Yeah, I'm Damon Hill. I've been doing videography for about as long as Steve has been taking pictures. My wife and I live up here in a cabin in Arrow Bear. It's amazing up here. Come visit sometime.
You might see Damon walking through the sky. He's the guy that showed me highlining.
Do it again soon.
Yeah, maybe over the water when we get down there. All right, so you might notice things look a little bit different than they have been lately. The landscape here is a little bit more like a desert. We're at the point of California where it starts to get pretty dry. It's pretty warm here, so we chose to hike during the later aspect of the day. Get out of that hot sun. It's 3 miles left, right? Let's go.
Hiking the San Bernardino Mountains. Good stuff.
Guys, look where we're at. Sunset. It's darn tough. Just a little crazy out here. I think we just like foot skied down that, right?
Pretty much.
Well, we're here at a cartel body dump site. I'm actually not sure what this is. Hopefully it's a deer spine, not a human's. If anybody at home knows, let us know. But we're like, what, a mile from our destination? Less than, I think. Sun just dipped down. We've been sweating our butts off climbing into here, so I think it's time to go take a soak. All right, welcome to base camp. We rolled in a little late. Got to meet some of our neighbors. We're gonna cowboy camp for tonight. It's perfect weather. The stars are out. There's like 0% of rain. If we do get some, we got a little tarp just in case, but I think this is how we're gonna do it. We've got a little camp kitchen over there, and I think there's a hot spring, 300 yards downriver?
The beautiful area of the Transverse Ranges in Southern California, and what a tasty meal, right? Sausage sandwiches out there on trail. I love the fact that Steve has been so creative with all of the meals using amazing Jetboil equipment. Cooking with gas, right? That's one of the things that as a backpacker, you're always wondering, is this enough fuel? Is this too much fuel? And you know, Jetboil has a solution for you. And we want to have Steve tell you all about it now as we bring you up to speed with this week's What's Cooking, talking all about the Jet Gauge from Jetboil.
All right, so if you're anything like me, you probably got 4,000 of these in the back of your car. You shake it, there's a little bit left, but it's probably not good enough to get you through a whole weekend. So these stack up, and we end up using them for coffee or little things like that, but our friends at Jetboil have a fix for that. It's called the Jet Gauge. Pretty neat little tool if you ask me. It's wild. So what's wonderful about this is you can screw it right into the size tank that you're using, whether it's the small, the medium, or the large. You just configure it to that size. Then you're gonna hang it from it. It's gonna give you a percentage. Now in the box, they've got a guide, but on the size of all of Jetboil's canisters at least, they've got a pretty good key that shows you how much left. So with this one being at 48%, it's safe to say we've got about 27 boils left, which will definitely get me through the weekend. Add this to your gear room. It's a great tool to make sure that you can go out in the woods confidently, knowing that you're not gonna run out and have to eat some dehydrated food that's not dehydrated.
While Southern California presents a warm environment this time of the year, there are some benefits to that as a backpacker. It's often an environment in which you can go a little lighter because you don't have to bring as beefy of a sleeping bag. But you still want a sleeping bag that's got all the features packed in a super lightweight, ultra lightweight, as a matter of fact, package. And we're going to learn more about the Spark and the Flame and some of those features that come in that ultralight Sea to Summit sleeping bag from Jordan as we explore camp comforts.
This week I want to talk to you guys about the bag I've got here, which is Sea to Summit's Flame. They have a whole series of ultralight bags that are really awesome for those of you that are really conscious of the ounces that you carry, and even if you're not, it's still a really awesome bag. This one is rated at 48 degrees, but it also comes in 35, 25, and 15 degree bag. They come in regular length, which fits people up to 5'7", and then it also comes in a long, which fits people up to 6 feet. So you've got options for depending on your preferences. This is a women's specific, so it's got extra space from the hips to the knee area because of the way that women sleep as opposed to men. So women's bags are smaller in the shoulders, wider in the hips. There's also more down and more filling in the areas where women tend to sleep colder, like their feet. So again, just really appreciating the intentionality behind Sea to Summit's products and recognizing that there is a difference between men and women physiologically and how we sleep is different, and just the attention to detail there is really awesome. They use this YKK 3-zip, which is the lightest version, and on the 48 degree and the 35 degree, it's only a quarter zip, so you can see it actually stops almost halfway down the bag, but on their colder temperature bags, that zip goes all the way down. This bag can be used as a liner also, which I love. I love the sleekness of it. It's super lightweight. You can use it on a summer day, or you can throw it inside of a bigger bag and use it on an Alaska winter trip. It's super versatile, packs down really tiny. So I've got the regular 48 degree bag, which actually packs down to only 12.3 ounces. This bag is so light, it's insane. And its compressed volume is 1.6 liters. So like I said, really tiny, really lightweight, awesome bag that you can kind of use for any occasion. Pair it with one of the reactor liners and you can use it for even colder temperatures. And also don't forget your pillow, complete that sleep system. So whether you're an ultralight backpacker or not, you should definitely check out their ultralight series because Sea to Summit really does have a bag out there for anyone regardless of what you're doing and what your needs are, and their ultralight line is super awesome.
During a visit to Southern California, if you're preparing for your adventures, a stop off in San Luis Obispo and the Mountain Air, another one of those amazing gateway to adventure shops that you'll find in Southern California, is an absolute must. We had a chance to stop in and talk with Josh Herring from the Mountain Air, who not only brings us up to speed on all of the cool adventure opportunities that they can help you with, but we also take a closer look at the arch support in Oboz footwear.
Hi, I'm Josh Herring. I'm the owner of the Mountain Air in San Luis Obispo. We're a small specialty outdoor retailer. We've been around since 1975, established right here in downtown San Luis Obispo. One of the things we always want to leave our customers with when they leave the Mountain Air, other than the gear that they may have picked up, is an awesome experience that they're going to remember forever. So we don't look at ourselves as just retailers. We look at ourselves as educators. We're part of a strong community here in San Luis Obispo, and we genuinely care about our customers, not just when they're in store, but when they're out on their trips as well. We specialize in a lot of different things here at the Mountain Air. We started as a ski retailer, and to this day we still represent the ski and snowboard industry very strongly, even though we're 4 hours from a resort. We do a lot of ski and snowboard rentals, repairs, get you ready for winter. We also do backpacking, rock climbing, camping. We specialize in car racks. We always offer free installation on car racks, which is something that's pretty cool. And we've put on literally thousands of car racks for people over the years. Let's take a look at some Oboz footwear right now. Cool thing about Oboz, one of the most comfortable pair of boots right out of the box in the store. They fit a broad section of different foot shapes and sizes. Very unique to Oboz is also the O-Fit insoles and the arch support in Oboz footwear. The arch support in Oboz is going to be a little bit further back than some other footwear that you may be trying on. It's actually where it's intended to be. A lot of footwear manufacturers get that wrong in the process. Having arch support a little bit further back supports the calcaneus shelf right on the foot, and it actually supports your arch where it needs to be supported instead of underneath the foot. When you're trying on Oboz, you'll feel that right away, and it makes all the difference. One of the most comfortable boots right off the wall. If you're ever in San Luis Obispo County or on the central coast of California, come visit us in downtown San Luis Obispo. You can always visit us at themountainair.com online or social media at The Mountain Air. We're happy to have you.
Oboz Footwear. We plant a tree for every pair sold. 1 million and counting. That's a lot of f***ing trees.
While we were out there with Josh at the Mountain Air in San Luis Obispo, we took advantage of his expertise to help us dodge a pitfall. A lot of you might be using Lakey trekking poles, but you may not be aware there's some great accessories like the Trigger mesh strap that can really enhance your experience. Josh tells us all about it now in Dodging Pitfall.
Obviously, trekking poles are a big part of getting out on the trails. They offer more stability, more support, take a lot of weight and load off of your back and your body, and just make it easier to go longer and farther and faster. This is the Cross Trail pole from Lakey. One of the cool things about this pole is it looks like I'm wearing a little glove here, but I'm actually not. This is part of the strap and the mechanism, and this stays with you, but you can easily engage the pole, and now you're strapped on the pole, which is nice because it allows you a lot more stability, and it really just is a great coupling with the pole. This strap and kind of glove here are nice because they distribute pressure across the wrist and actually give you more support in the wrist, and you don't feel like you kind of have that like repetitive wrist thing going on that you get with so many trekking poles. So check out the glove on the Quick Trigger strap. What's cool about it, it's a lot of mesh, and it's a lot more breathable than a typical strap on a trekking pole. You're moving a lot with these things. They're intended to be aerobic sometimes. So what we want is a good material that'll take that moisture and that sweat off of the back of your hand, and it's actually in the palm of your hand, and it's actually gonna spread that out and dry very, very quickly. And you really get that with this sort of a setup. So again, the Cross Trail, Quick Trigger, easy on and off, lots of breathability, most comfortable strap for sure that I've ever tried on. To take it off, it's just a single button down and then you're off. So it's nice if you don't want the poles for a second, you want to get into your pack, you want to unzip that the backpack and get your snack out or something like this. You don't have to worry about leaving your poles or getting out of the pole and the strap. Just leave the strap on, then when you're ready to go, strap back on and off you go.
Lakey trekking poles are a great addition to your pack to help with extra stability and help take the pressure off your knees and ankles. Lakey trekking poles come in a variety of lightweight materials and styles. The innovative handles are super comfortable, and they offer a unique adjustable strap system. Plus, they break down really easily to store in your pack when you're not using them. To learn more about the products from Lakey, head on over to lakey.com or click the link in the description below.
I absolutely love how innovative the outdoor industry gets when it comes to just rethinking our gear. We all know we want to make sure our pack is dry. We also want to make sure that our bodies stay dry. So why not combine the ability to cover your pack and your head? And Jordan tells us all about Mystery Ranch and their pack cover with a hood that will help you do just that.
Something that a lot of people forget to bring with them that's a really important piece of gear is your pack cover. They also make pack liners that go on the inside of your pack, but either way, basically the goal is to keep your stuff dry in case of a rainstorm. It's sunny and warm out right now, but the weather can change at the blink of an eye, which is why it's important to always bring your rain gear. Your pack cover should be as essential as your rain gear. I prefer a pack cover personally because if you have a liner, the bag itself can still get wet, but if you have a pack cover, it keeps everything from getting wet. And one thing that's really awesome about Mystery Ranch is, first of all, you can see how small it packs down, which is a really awesome feature. It's also lightweight, but this one has a hood attached to it, which is the best part because you don't get rain dripping down and going onto your back. So the hood helps push the water off of your back and keeps really all of you dry. So another one of my favorite features is that the hood part actually clips to the pack so that it won't get snagged and pull off, or it won't blow off your head. It's also really quick and easy to put on and off, which in a downpour can be a very important factor.
Mystery Ranch is on a mission to make the world's best backpacks for a wide variety of outdoor enthusiasts. Built to be extremely configurable with a concentration on organization and accessibility. Plus, these bags are bomb-proof. They are purpose-built to assure not only usability, but durability. To learn more about Mystery Ranch backpacks, visit mysteryranch.com or check out the links in the description below.
When it comes to your gear choices, finding products that help the environment help us. We love to explore these beautiful places as backpackers, so why not do everything you can to protect them, including making sustainable purchases? Steve gives you an option now with the sustainably sourced wool and your Darn Tough socks with this week's instant upgrade.
One of the coolest parts to me about being in the outdoor industry is seeing how the brands react. You know, they love these places as much as we do. So you find them kind of going that extra distance. The outdoor industry as a whole is kind of setting the bar how for like most of the world should be doing things. So a term that the folks at Darn Tough taught me that I wasn't aware of, but I think you need to hear about it. It's RWS, Responsible Wool Standard. Now what that is, you know, the secret's out. Wool is the best thing that you can outfit yourself in the outdoor industry. It's the ticket. It's this kind of magic material, and you know, more and more people are building with it, using it in their products. So we need to make sure that we are buying, you know, from a collaborative of farmers and people out there that are not only taking care of the sheep, but they're sourcing it in a responsible way. They're taking care of the land they live on, and with our dollars, we can buy into that. We can help kind of protect things and be better stewards of this earth we love so much. So when you do make that upgrade and you get yourself some wool, make sure it's Darn Tough.
You can't take full advantage of hiking if you don't take good care of your feet, and that's why we love Darn Tough socks so much. They offer a variety of colors and designs for men and women. They're super comfortable because they're made from merino wool blend that's also antimicrobial, so they don't get funky. And best of all, the socks are so durable that Darn Tough offers a lifetime warranty. To learn more about Darn Tough socks, go to darntough.com or click the link in the description below.
Every backpacker knows that you need to filter your water. Doesn't matter how clean that water source might look, there are things in there that could really cause some problems, especially out there on trail. But the type of filter that you need, well, that actually is going to depend on exactly where you're going. And sometimes a filter is not enough. Sometimes a purifier is what you'll need to make sure that you can ensure you're safe. So I love the fact that we now have products like the Sawyer Select from Sawyer Products. The Select purifying systems, great filters that also can take out things like viruses, an outstanding option, especially on some of your international travels. We get to learn more as Jordan gives us just the specs of the Sawyer Select.
So as we know, Sawyer water filters use the hollow fiber film membrane in their filters to remove up to 99.99% of bacteria, protozoas, things like Giardia, Salmonella, things like that. When you pair it with this super awesome Select filter that Sawyer's got, Not only does it remove those things, but it also removes pesticides, heavy metals, chemicals, and it reduces the odor and taste of things. So if you're in an area where the water's clean, but it kind of has a weird smell, this will help take that away as well, or any weird flavors that might be lasting even if the water is safe to drink. This is a super awesome product to have if you're traveling abroad or if you're in an area where you're not really sure what your water sources are gonna be. We like to keep one in the truck as an emergency backup at all times because you never really know what the water sources in your area may be like. So basically, it's got foam on the inside, and the foam, the bacteria and the protozoa chemicals, all of that bad stuff latches to the foam, and so it keeps it from getting to you. So what you wanna do, there's a spot on the back here where it says max fill line, and I'm gonna show you guys, this is how well this works. I'm gonna drink out of this puddle. So just fill it all the way up. To your max fill line here. Screw on your filter. And then you're just gonna kind of swish it around for about 10 seconds. Really work it through that foam in there. And then, just like with a normal Sawyer filter, you can drink directly out of it or you can squeeze it into another bottle. But yeah, and that is perfectly fine tasting water that I feel safe enough to drink. The specs of this particular product, it's a little over a pound in weight. It's 14 inches tall and it outputs about 20 ounces of water in one fill. So super awesome product to have on hand, like I said, if you're traveling abroad or if you just want to be extra certain about your water. You don't need to completely dry out the foam in your filter. It's actually good to keep a little bit of water in there because the absorption technology from the foam not only helps filter water, but it also helps prevent mold growth. So it's always good to start with a little bit of water in there. Overall, really awesome filter, and that is just the specs of the Sawyer Select.
From staying hydrated to staying bug-free, Sawyer products have been a staple in my pack for years now. Today we're taking a look at Sawyer water filtration systems. Whether you choose to squeeze or let gravity do the work, staying hydrated is a key part of backpacking. And with their lightweight design and ease of use, they've become my favorite pick for the backcountry. To learn more about these or any of Sawyer's products, head on over to Sawyer.com or visit the link in the description below.
It's time to get back out on trail in the Transverse Ranges as we join Steve and his buddy Damon, where they have a hot springs morning, but they spend the rest of the afternoon trying to beat the heat. They have some creative ways of doing that, including a trail snack that you don't often see. We're talking a whole watermelon. Let's get out and join the fun now with Steve and Damon in the Pacific Coast Transverse Range.
Alright, welcome to base camp. Sorry we couldn't give you the full tour last night. It was a little dark, but here we are. Got some waterline gear, our breakfast ready. You know, the cool thing about going light is you can afford to bring some heavier things like a watermelon. But we're gonna go enjoy this oasis, check out the hot springs, have some coffee.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels so good, dude.
Right. Alright y'all, I'm fixing up some coffee for breakfast. We're gonna sit in the hot springs and do it right. I've got some donuts since we're doing a quick and easy one, and Damon's doing oatmeal and a banana because he's healthy. I'll show you guys how to make some coffee around here. And we're just gonna pour about half in there. Well, most of it. I like taking this thing off of the jet boil and using it as a stir. That smells good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hot spring's so big you can swim in it.
Yeah, it's super deep. I can't barely touch. Cheers, sir. Welcome to our lunch buffet.
Not a bad idea to hike a watermelon out into the wilderness. Oh, let's see if I was. Oh, dude, I was pretty close. Look at that. Woo! Oh, yeah. That's beautiful, man.
Pretty good?
Real good.
Says Hannibal over here. This is an ancient technique to the desert people, how to stay cool, keep the heat.
After a great Southern California adventure, it's time to toast another week of Backpacker Get Out More TV. And Jordan gives us a fantastic recipe, the Slow Creek Sour, to do just that with this week's Trail Mixology.
This week, our trail mixology is the Slow Creek Sour, and we've got strawberry preserves, lime juice, an egg white, and bourbon in this drink. So basically, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is pour your bourbon. We've got 2 ounces of bourbon in our little mixer cup here. I've also got an egg white, which you can buy from the carton in the store if you just wanna have just egg whites, or you can take an egg and kind of shake it back and forth inside of the shell until you get the yolk separated from the egg white, which is what I did here. So we've got an egg white and the bourbon already mixed in our shaker. We're gonna add about a spoonful of strawberry preserves here. I like strawberries, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. We're gonna add a dash of lemon juice. And then you are gonna wanna shake this up. So I'm gonna put the cap on my bottle here. Give it a good shake. One of the cool things about the Limestone Branch Distillery, which is who distills Yellowstone, is that they are one of the founding members of the Kentucky Craft Bourbon Trail. So definitely you should check that out. It's a trail in Kentucky that basically just takes you through all of the specialty craft distilleries in that area, and Limestone Branch is one of the founding fathers of that. All right, so once you got that good and shook, if you have a strainer, I would recommend straining it a couple times. I do not have a strainer, so we're just gonna pour that straight on some ice. Always remember you add less ingredients or add more ingredients depending on your taste preferences. I'm gonna shake that over some ice. It smells good. Let's see how it tastes.
Yellowstone Bourbon is handcrafted in the state of Kentucky. These small batch whiskeys are the work of 7th generation craftsmen, resulting in a unique taste, perfect for the trail. Plus, a portion of every bottle sold goes to helping preserve our national parks. Cheers to that. To learn more about the products from Yellowstone Bourbon, head on over to limestonebranch.com or click the link in the description below.
We hope you enjoyed this week's episode in Southern California, the Pacific Coast Ranges. Next week, we move over to the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, so we hope you'll come back and join us next Thursday night as we continue to try to inform and inspire. Please let us know in the comments below what you'd like to see on an upcoming episode. Also, hit that like button, share this video with your friends. We want to inspire as many folks as we possibly can. Be sure to check out the links in the description below. All sorts of information about the great retailers we visited this week, as well as the brands, the gear, and some of those great organizations trying to help with the recovery of the fires that are just battering the West Coast. So come back and join us next week. Between now and then, we're going to send you off with another range, the Balsam Range. Fantastic band out of Haywood County, North Carolina, hometown of Steve and Jordan, our fantastic backpacking duo. Come back and see us again as we do this one more time with Backpacker Get Out More TV.
Miles and miles of hard ground till you lay your body down. Soon as morning rolls around, you're up and gone again. You're kinda free, kinda trapped. Wanna cry but gotta laugh. It all kind of overlaps when you're out here in the wind. A little older and younger than you ought to be. Seen too much and not as much as you thought you'd see. Some men see, heal, and feel like they just ought to be on the other side. The good Lord made the rambler, but the devil taught him to ride. Making 20, you're saving 10 till you get that ache again. You'll spend whatever you have to spend to take away your blues. 30 days is awful long when the road you're riding on makes you weak instead of strong. Then you got something to lose. A little older and younger than you ought to be. Seen too much and not as much as you thought you'd see. Some men see, heal, and feel like they just ought to be on the other side. The good Lord made the rambler, but the devil taught him to ride. Not as much as you thought you'd see. Some men see, heal, and feel like they just gotta be on the other side. The good Lord made the rambler, but the devil taught him to ride. Yeah, the good Lord made the rain,